Making a visit at this time of the year to India. My son-in-law's first visit to India. That tells you I have a daughter. In addition to my daughter, also have a son who's 3 years older than her. To give you a glimpse of what they do, my son, I'm very proud of my children and their achievement, as all of us are and should be. My son is a oral maxillofacial surgeon with the subspecialty in facial trauma. So he is a DMD, meaning a dentist from Harvard, and MD from University of California in San Francisco, where he also got his oral maxillofacial surgery training. And then after subspecialty in facial trauma, is now teaching in OHSU as a professor, doing both teaching and facial trauma and other oral surgery in Portland, Oregon. And my daughter is writing her, what she calls dissertating. She is writing her dissertation in UC Berkeley in musicology. Why musicology? Both my children have been very lucky and very musical and achieved heights. And she is studying an interesting subject of fellow Americans of Indian origin who have contributed to the music of the United States. And that includes the influence of Indian music into their composition and music. So as much as I never studied music, the interest in music has flowed through the families, and I'm very proud of her as well. So when she completes her PhD, the four of us in our family will be doctors of different sorts. Husband a PhD in electrical engineering. I'm, as you know, just an MD. My son's got 2 doctoral degrees and whatnot. And my daughter will have a PhD in music. So it's kind of strange. I don't want to elaborate anymore. But anyway, both my children are married. And my daughter-in-law and my son-in-law are both, as we call them, the white part of the family. And my daughter-in-law is a speech pathologist, and my son-in-law, who is a graduate from MIT, has a startup called V-Funder that he started with his friends. So he's really a computer geek. Other than that, we've had a very wonderful life in Southern California. Live near Los Angeles in the southern part of LA County. And we have lived there from before the children were born. So it's a wonderful place to live and raise your family, and I'm very proud to be from there, representing here. And I am still practicing, believe it or not, because I never got perfect. So the day I get perfect, I guess I'll quit practicing medicine.
Say a few words. Statistics class in the Anyway, good evening. Thank you all. Privilege to at least stand in front of you and say a few words. By the way, Happy New Year to all of you. all is good health. First of all, is good health. It is sad to see our friends who are no longer with us. I know it's inevitable that all of us will join them someday, but I pray that it's not anytime soon, that it's postponed as long as possible. BMC 66 song that they played has a wonderful melody. It sort of sticks in your head. You feel that? Yeah. And you know, it's strange. There are times when I drive to work and suddenly it comes up and it's ringing in my ears. So thank you, Bhaskar and Kashi, for putting all of this together. Give them a round of applause. If it wasn't for these guys, this wouldn't have happened. And I'm sure most of you that were there a couple of years ago absolutely enjoyed the reunion. We probably didn't look too good in front of the spouses or the significant others because we all regressed. We all went back to our teenage years. And we had a blast. So coming back to this, to be amongst you is something very special. Not just for me, but for my wife. BMC gave me something special. And it will remain forever with me. At the cost of repeating myself, BMC gave me, and I'm sure all of you here, a great foundation. A foundation to build on. And it's wonderful to come back and see that all of us have built on it and have become successful in our own way. I've not come across a single person who hasn't done well. Some of us became Pardesis who went overseas, and a lot of you stayed behind, but everybody has done well. So it's a credit, not just to us, but to BMC. We owe a lot to BMC. Secondly, BMC gave me all of you. It's wonderful to be amongst friends. It's wonderful to stand in front of you and be able to share some great stories and to see how far we've gotten. But the most important thing that BMC gave me, a lot of you know, is sitting there. So BMC gave me more than a good education. It gave me my life, it gave me my soulmate. So I'm eternally grateful for that. Now, as far as organizing this event is concerned, thanks to WhatsApp, even though there were a few hiccups along the way, people saying certain things that probably pissed off a few people, but other than that, it has kept us together. As Bhaskar pointed out, this is the social medium that most groups have, and our group is particularly active. It's unfortunate that I live in California, which is exactly 12 hours the other side, so we don't get to actively participate. By the time I look at something and want to respond to something, there are at least 200 messages before that. So my response would become totally irrelevant. But WhatsApp brought us all together. And thanks to Facebook, I guess, which owns WhatsApp. Now, how do we keep this going? I think there's a lot of energy within India, and we'd like to see something like this happen in the US. So I know some of the folks here are interested, and we've had our own little group, we travel together and so forth, but we want to keep this going as long as we're physically able. So, to me, it's something special, and I'm just hopeful that we can continue this in a manner that we all can be proud of before we become too demanding. So who's standing between you all and Kolaka? Is me. So I'll end it at that. Thank you for the privilege, and again congratulate Bhaskar and everybody else for organizing this event.
Thank you, Ramchandra. Now I request Dr. Raja Reddy to speak a few words.
Very happy and prosperous New Year to start with. I have been the chairman for the past 3 years from the start, but my work has been made so easy by my friends who have assisted me all the years. I am not that computer savvy, so I gave the most of my task of getting all of us together to our dear friends on the stage, and also some of them who have not been able to make it up today. A few years back, before we started this thing, Dr. Ramdas, myself, Ramchandra and others, we met in a golf club, and at that point of time, Goya was also there, and we took a decision that we should do something like this. But in the meantime, I had a lot of my other colleagues who also joined us and said, we met earlier in the later stages in various places, and we decided that we should go forward and make a grand success. Many of my friends like Dr. Srirajan, Dr. Gokul, Dr. Ramchandra, others have taken Girijapati, Seshpati, they have taken a lot of pain to find out by WhatsApp and other means about all of us, wherever we are, they have been able to trace us and bring us together to this stage. We have still not been able to complete the task. We have many more of our friends who have yet not responded to us, and we are still searching for some of our good classmates who were with us, who have studied with us. I'm sure one day we would be bringing them to this stage, to this type of function shortly. I deeply regret the sad demise of so many of our classmates, nearly 17 of them, and recently we have lost Dr. Gurmurthy and Dr. Shankumar, who have attended our future meetings very effectively and nicely. Then, as Dr. Ramchandra pointed out, each one of us are successful in our own way. We have been able to do a lot to the society and to bring up our families and do a lot of to the society and to our country. Abroad, their heart is in India. I could make out by the way they talk and the way they express. I'm sure all of our friends, classmates who are abroad who like India as they used to like earlier also, and much more they have developed the love for India. I think as Ramchandra pointed out, I should not be between you and the Molaka. I think I should also close my speech and wish you once again a very happy and prosperous New Year. Thank you all.
The official part of the function is over. Now I request anybody else who are interested to say a few words and come. Maybe we'll start with Dr. Sujata.
You know me, I'm Sujata. Can you hear me now? Okay. So, I left this country long ago, maybe 1974. And then people have been also known as Dr. Murthy, Dr. Sue, Sweet Sue, and the best name of all, Princess. So I just want to share a few of my little experiences as a practicing anesthesiologist in New Jersey. And I went through residency like everybody else. A lot of hard work, no sleep, and we used to work continuously, sometimes like 24 hours, and be on call every other day. I went through all that. And then I did all different kinds of anesthesias, including I did a lot of peds, a lot of kids, especially with a lot of eye surgeons, who I had a great time putting little kids to sleep. So they used to look at me and say, "Can you come home with me?" And then there was a child who looked at me and said, "I'm going to tell my friend on you. He's going to come and beat you up. How can you do this to me?" So I had a lot of fun doing that. I did a lot of plastic procedures with different types of plastic surgeons. And my last part of my thing was doing a sedation for endoscopies, so which was the best part of my career and a lot of fun. So it was really a wonderful experience I had in the US as a working anesthesiologist. I retired 3 years ago, and I really loved what I did, and it was fun. So I wish each and every one of you all the best. Stay well. Let's keep getting together again and again. And thank you, Master, and everybody for arranging this. Thanks, and have a nice evening.
Anybody else?
Yeah. I'm on BMC, okay? My husband is, and I've heard, I know him, and he's good fun, and he's told me a lot about you, but today I said, oh my God, this is just this. I mean, imagine so many years you enjoyed each other's company, and you're just lot of fun. And God bless. I hope we have more reunions like this, and more fun, more laugh, and the stage now to Sujata.
It's Ramdas.
No, I think, saying you take over now.
Yeah, I think entertainment will be used by Ramdas.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Give us a real breakdown on Gokul. Really happened.
Shall we both take a bow together? Now.
After 33 years of marriage, we also have almost become a BMC. I always been talking about my friends and the fun which we had together on later days. We joined BMC and told the thought and what all we have done, and each and every joke. I promise you she knows what to do.
Even those who know the best.
So, yeah, she has given a lot of support, helped us that. Well, here I'm also thankful to Pastor and Hashi and Majority and all these people who have helped me. Actually, they gave me one thing. And this time I thought that I would like to get away from it, but Pastor insisted, no, let us continue what was going on in 2017.
You did a good job, that's why you got it back. We trust you.
This is the end of this part. Now I am going to hand over the mic to Ramdas. He will be in charge of entertainment.
ಅವರವರನ್ನ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಫ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಕೆನ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮೂರು ನಾಲ್ಕೈದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಏನೋ ಭಾಸ್ಕರ ಸರಿನಾ ಓಕೆ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್
For 3 years.
ಏನೋ
Then I started my practice in my native place as a family physician since 1977. In fact, I had a great desire of becoming a teacher in medical college, that I could not do it because of so many problems. Well, but I must serve my country, my countrymen, and I did it in a simplicity, and that's the simplicity is my life. But till now, I have gained a good reputation and lot of respect and love from our patients. I get patients from the places about 100 kilometers from your place, and there is nothing, as so many of my colleagues have a lot of credits in there. As a professor in so many branches like anesthesiology and vascular surgery and all. But I am just a simple man as a physician. I have served my people at the grassroots level. I'm wishing you, because this is the age where we have done a lot of services to humanity at large, and we expect the God to bless us with the best of health to serve our humanity for so many years. Thank you very much. And once I wish a happy new year. Suman, she has given me excellent company till now. Thank you.
Our sister is there. And to applaud. Some brief little talk. Thank you.
Introduce myself. I was a teacher in orthopedics. Retired 2 years back. I graduated along with you from BMC and PG also same great institution which gave me the specialty degree in 1980. I served as a teacher in Pegoda Medical College, retired first time, and continued in other colleges and orthopedics, many PGs in those colleges. Lastly, I retired from Medical Service. It's a great privilege to join with you in this celebration. I owe my professional credit to my great teachers who taught me this specialty and MBBS. Thank you, the organizers, for which I am grateful to them. Thank you.
Dr. Shobha Palekar Govinda ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅವ್ರ ಗಂಟಲು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಪ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ಫಿಟ್ ಟು ಗೋ. ಲತಾ ಮಂಗೇಶ್ಕರ್.
This doesn't turn out very well. It's not my fault. Been thinking about what to sing because I didn't come prepared at all. Instead of a Lata Mangeshkar song, I may mumble a little bit of a Barbara Streisand song. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I think this is appropriate for this occasion, so this is what I was thinking, and I will probably sing it. Bear with me.